Hello everybody, how are you doing today? It is Sunday, June 21st, Father's Day. I'd like to start off by wishing Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially my dad who watches these videos. So Dad, have a happy Father's Day. I love you, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm going to give you a phone call. I'm out in the shop. I got a couple of things I want to work on today. Let me flip the camera around and show you. Here are my glasses. Yesterday, these glasses are a metal upper frame with a little kind of a fish wire that holds your lens in. That little wire broke, so I'm going to use a little bit of epoxy and epoxy this lens in. We'll just put it right along the frame and glue it right into the top. I'm overdue for glasses quite a bit, unfortunately, but I'm going to go ahead and call Monday, get an appointment. By the time I get to go to an appointment, because they're always booked way out, and get a pair of glasses, these are going to have to last me, and I don't need this lens falling out every time I turn around, so we're going to epoxy it in. And then I've got some batteries, a couple of calipers I got from that buddy of mine. Basically, I ordered some batteries. They never came in, and I found these in the kitchen drawer. Everybody's got a kitchen drawer full of junk. Yesterday, I was looking for something. There's 3 batteries in there, so we're going to replace these batteries and get those calipers going. We're going to record a podcast, episode 5 later today, with a special guest. So if you're not subscribed to the podcast, click over to your favorite, or get on your favorite podcast listening app and download You Made That. I would really appreciate it. Let us know what you think, too. All right, I got to get to work. I'll talk to you guys in just a minute. I got the glasses fixed. You can kind of see those little glue spots there? That's because you're looking through the lens. When you look straight on, you don't see any. I was very careful about that. So I think that's just where the glue is attaching the lens to the metal frame. So hopefully that holds. And there's not a lot of force on those, so it should. I got my calipers working. I'm super happy about this because with my normal calipers, or the ones I use all the time, sometimes you'll set them and lock them and you'll want to leave them that way for a future measurement. But then you need to measure something else. So this gives me that option. So glad to have these in service. Started turning a blank today that was sent to me, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, by Tommy Stridham. Tommy's from Australia. He cast this blank for me with gum nuts and I believe pine cones. Tommy, I need your help on this. I know it was gum nuts, and then it said white, and there was a P. But I had cut the blank in half. I could not find the other half of the blank to finish reading it, and I could not remember what the material was that you cast into this blank. So if you wouldn't mind commenting on this video, then I can mention it in the other video when I finish it up. But take a look at that. This was really a difficult blank to turn, and I actually chipped up the end of the blank and blew it out, but that's not going to be a big deal. You see, I've cleaned it off, I've scuffed it up. I'm searching for a nice complementary piece of wood, which I will attach to the back of this blank. It's turned down to the bushings on the other end, just needs sanding, and you might notice some little bumps on there. Don't worry about those little bumps, that's CA. The gum nuts, and I believe it's pine cone, I'm not sure. Whatever it is though, it had like little air pockets in it. I guess nature makes those, and the resin could not get inside of the gum nuts to fill those little pockets of air. So I filled them with CA right before I took it off the lathe, and I'm just going to let those cure and dry while the back piece that I attached cures and dries. Then we'll get it back on the lathe, we'll finish it up, and it should make for an extremely beautiful blank. Now to locate the proper material or the proper looking piece of wood to attach to that. And you know what? I would like to find something else from Australia if I can. I just haven't located it yet. But then, of course, I haven't dug deep. But I dug deep the other day and couldn't find the other half of that blank. So there's a lot of stuff in the shop. But we're going to look for the perfect material, and we're going to get that blank finished. I think I found what I want to use. This is a piece of a chaos blank that's too small to do anything with. I just need this little section here, about 1/2 inch, so I can go in and pick what I want. And I'm thinking about picking a section, maybe a 1/2 inch section right about here. That'll give me a whole bunch of different woods, and I can basically attach that to there, and it might look pretty neat. And what gave me the idea is, if I go back over here, Tommy has been way more than generous to me over the years, and these are some of his other, oh, there we go, blanks, the same gum nuts, but notice he has wood on either end of them. And here are 2 more. See how he's encased them and he's got wood around them? That's what gave me the idea to go ahead and do that. I still can't find the other half of that blank. I got all these blanks from Tommy, but I can't find what I did with the other half. And I know it's here, but I like the idea of this chaos blank because it's too small for me to do anything else with. but I can pick out the perfect half-inch section and pop it on there, and it's going to be, it's not just adding a block of wood, it's adding a chaotic block of wood, which is just, I think, going to make it even more cool. So I'm pretty excited to take something that Tommy cast in his shop and to take something that I made in my shop and combine the two and make a single pin out of both of those elements. I think it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'll keep you guys posted. For now, I got some cutting, drilling, and gluing to do before I can move on to anything else today. Hey everybody, how's it going? Things are going really well. I've got that blank glued up that I showed you. It's drying. I'm not going to attempt to turn it probably until, you know, the next time I come to the shop, because I want to make sure that the Loctite epoxy is fully cured before I take any chances. I'm working on a video right now that is for my Patreons. You know, the folks over on Patreon, I do occasional Patreon only videos, so I'm working on that today. We're going to work on it for a little bit longer, and then I'll switch back and see what other kind of trouble I can get into. I do have a couple of blanks over here that I need to get turned for you guys, and I'm hoping to do at least 1 to 2 more of those today. We'll just see how time permits. Well, I didn't get as much done in the shop as I wanted to today, but I did get something really, really cool done. Let me show you what it is. I took a Pentel P205 5mm mechanical pencil, and I turned a custom shell for it. I put all the components from the Pentel into the custom shell, and now I've got a really cool mechanical pencil. Those are all the tools that I used to do it. That was a fun one. It was stressful. Let me tell you, it was really, really stressful because when you're turning a blank that is maybe 5 inches long and you get it turned down to 10, 11 millimeters, somewhere in that diameter, there's a lot of flex, right? So as you're moving your cutting tool down the blank, it wants to flex. Well, when it flexes, it rides up on top of the tool, and then it'll just basically pull the tool under it and just scar it to death. So that was a very stressful turn, but it turned out really well. Super happy with it. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a tremendous amount doing that. So that was a good time. Beyond that, I'm going to go in the house and I'm going to get cleaned up. I've got to record the podcast tonight. Looking forward to that. We've got a special guest, so be sure you're tuning into the podcast, and I think you're going to enjoy them. They seem to be getting better. The first couple were a little tough, you know, because you're getting to know one another, kind of getting to know the flow, but the podcast seems to be getting better. It's a lot more fun, and I'm really, really enjoying it, so be sure to tune into that. Other than that, I'm going to call it quits in the shop for now, and we'll be back out here hopefully a couple times this week. Keep your fingers crossed. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.